everyone, I'm Radhika Vachani, the founder of the Institute of Inner Wellbeing. And today I'd like to take a few moments to talk about change. I know that all of us basically want to be happy and live productive, purposeful lives, but so many of us are unable to do so. Now, most of the times when we are not living the life that we want to live, it's because we are unable to create change in some aspect of our lives. We wake up in the morning with good intention, and then the same repetitive thought, emotional, and behavioral patterns pull us back, keeping us stuck. Everything that you see in your life today, the reality that you live with, it is an end result of everything that you're thinking, feeling, and the choices that you are making. So in fact, in the ancient wisdom, the texts of the Yoga Sutras, there's a lot of time spent on helping us understand the role of the personality, in Sanskrit known as the chitta. Essentially, we are a data bank. We're a data bank of memories, experiences, thoughts, and emotions that keep repeating themselves in particular patterns to create our personal reality. So if there's something in your environment or something about your life that you don't particularly like and you want to create change, I can offer you a few steps that can help you do this. So first, become self-aware of all the things that are not working. Where do you need to create change? Why are you trying to change? And what would making this change, creating this change, bring or add to your life? Next, there's no point in us just having thoughts and intentions. In order to create change, in order to create a life that we love, we need to put everything into action. So again, going back to the Yoga Sutras, there's an entire chapter dedicated to this. It's called Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. So a thought is great, intention is great, but without the necessary action, you can't create a life that you love or make changes in those areas that you need to change. So I have this idea, I call it the no excuse baby steps. What people don't realize that really creating change is the mastery of baby steps. Baby steps for me are different for you. But the point is that you must choose those actions, those commitments that you are willing to do every single day without any excuses. So for example, if I decide to go to the gym, there's no point in me saying, you know what, I'm going to start going to the gym every single day for 1 hour. You can start with a walk outside, in a park, outside your building, even around your house. You can commit 15 minutes to going for a walk every single day. When you start to create that change, when you become consistent with that habit, it's just a question of time when you will feel ready to put in more time. Next, we need to be mindful of the repetitive thoughts and actions and behaviors and emotions that keep us stuck in our daily life. My thoughts, my emotions are a direct result of my experiences. So they actually integrate with each other. The way I think impacts the way I feel. The way I feel impacts my choices, the quality of my life experiences. And every experience that I have ends up in an emotion, and that emotion reinforces my thoughts, my emotions, my behaviors. So it becomes a vicious circle or a treadmill to nowhere. So if I want to change the experiences in my life, if I want to change my personal reality, then I need to come back to my mind, to the thoughts. So I would recommend that every single morning that you sit down in a quiet space. Choose a space in that time of the morning when no one is going to disturb you. And this doesn't have to be a long length of time, you can begin with 2 to 5 minutes, where you sit quietly with yourself in a relaxed position, whether you're sitting on a chair or on the ground. Gently close your eyes, relax your body, and start to feel your breath. As you start to feel your breath and you start breathing consciously, moving away from unconscious breathing to conscious breathing, you will start to feel the mind and the body come into a completely relaxed state. Not only that, when you engage with the breath, when you are breathing consciously, you are in fact moving away from a thinking and dreaming mind and becoming present. So this practice of breathing and becoming conscious of your breath and gently bringing yourself into the present moment is a mindfulness practice. However, mindfulness in itself, also known as smriti, is recollection, remembering. I must remember throughout the day those thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that I no longer want to engage in. So I could be sitting down to meditate. I can get up from my meditation or mindfulness or breathing practice. And then if I spend my entire day in fear, emotional reactivity, I'm not going to be able to change. What needs to happen is that I need to create new neural pathways in my brain. Neurons have to first fire together before they can wire together. What does that mean? If you wanted to improve your physical health and well-being, you would decide to eat healthy, exercise, sleep early, etc. In the same token, if you want to work on your mental health and well-being, you've got to start approaching your mental health and well-being like going into your mental gym. We need repetition of thought, emotion, and behaviors to be able to create change. So if I'm not going to be mindful through the day, and if I keep engaging in those negative thoughts, emotionally charged experiences, and then making the same choices and behaviors, then I'm stuck in a pattern. So once I use mindfulness, a mindfulness practice to come into the present, not only do I spend time visualizing my new self, my new future, breathing, and starting to experience the emotions that I would in fact have if that experience occurred, I am training my brain to move in that direction, to create that experience. Once I've done creative visualization to experience my future self and experience the emotion, I must also remind myself what are those thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that I no longer want to engage in. Our day starts to roll out and different things come at us. It's very important that we are present enough to recognize those thoughts, emotions, and behaviors we no longer want. So when we actively start to create our lives, when we start to reflect upon who we are, what we no longer want, what we want, and what are those behaviors and actions that we need to engage with on a daily basis to make something happen, then we become a proactive architect of our own lives. So if you were going to look for a new job, what would you do? Would you sit in your bedroom and just hope and pray that the new job was going to fall into your lap? What if you wanted to find a new house? Everything that we desire requires a sequence of actions. We must remain engaged in the daily process so that we can create the outcome. So sitting with yourself, being mindful, engaging with the breath is so important because it is this practice that allows you to remain alert and aware to those thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that no longer serve you. Give it a shot and leave me a comment. Let me know how it's going for you.